was going around and around and around the same stupid problem. Maybe you like to jazz things up with multiple problems, but I'm not fancy like that. When it comes to problems, I'm a minimalist. I like to see, really commit to knowing where one problem can take me. So I had some neck pain, and that really did it. I had neck pain, which became more pain, which became more pain. And before I knew it, I got stuck in a loop. And I was going around and around and around, endlessly revolving like a human drill. And before I knew it, I was so deep in it that I couldn't get out. Maybe your loop is your relationship. You've had the same fight 200 times. And now all your sentences start with, "You always." And no one will tell you that you're right, but you're right. He always does do that. And you've had this fight 200 times now, so frankly, you would know. But don't worry, you can tell him tomorrow when you have that fight again. You just go around and around and around. Or maybe it's your kids. You advocate for your kids, you worry about your kids. Maybe you even wish you knew enough to worry about your kids, but they've shut you out and you can't even know. Or maybe it's your parents. You were hoping you might have that feeling by now of a wholeness, of people who really understand each other and have sorted through the past and the present like adults. But that seems less and less likely now. They're slipping away mentally or physically, or maybe they're gone altogether. This feeling of a loop, we can't get out of it, we can't get past it. We find ourselves hoping that we set out on a journey, only to realize that we are right back where we started. When we live like this, with that kind of awareness, an awareness that we're living inside of forces that we can't control, I think that is when the beautiful and the terrible become so much clearer to us. That these are terrible days and these are beautiful days, but somehow both realities feel inseparable in our minds now. We have the sense that something bad might happen and has already happened. We read the headlines and we nod. Yes, we think, of course that would happen. We worry about gas prices and global wars and who will be elected. We worry about kids and parents and friends. We worry about what we've already endured and what will happen next. How are you? People ask us. Anxious, we reply. But when the sun begins its nightly descent, what do? We just find ourselves searching for the horizon. And we have the sense that something lovely will happen and already happened yesterday. We notice how the sun pools into oranges and deep reds, and our breath begins to slow. We nod. We think, yes, this is also what happens. We marvel at good medicine and the invention of cheese dip and the wonderful evil in our children's eyes. We look more closely at flowers and realize that the whole cold shower thing was really a terrible idea and that whole thing was really stupid and we need to stop doing that. We find ourselves surrounded by the daily miracles of planets turning and stars blinking and people who hug us when we come through the door. How are you? People ask us. Grateful, we reply. We might feel terrible or wonderful here at the dawn of 2024. But this is the new way of being in the world, that feeling of rising and falling or looping around the same discovery, that these are terrible days and these are beautiful days. And we know that now.